Grab a quick seat. Tonight, for the next 1 hour, we're going to cover some really cool stuff. I'm going to give you some home truths. Who's been in the business less than a month? Less than a month?
1 minute.
Who's been in a less? All right. Who's been in a longer than a month? Less than a month? How come less than a month go like this? Longer than a month? Go like this.
Less than a month.
Yeah. All right. I need to go around the room. I need to hear names. Let's go this way. Sir, what's your name?
Hussein.
Hussein.
Zainab.
Zainab. Very nice.
Jansu.
Jansu. I like that.
Bilal.
I knew that. I knew that.
Ali.
Mark.
Verna. Katerina.
Michael.
Ah, I knew it was going to happen.
Michael.
Fazia.
I'm Wayne. Guys, I want to share with you why people don't succeed. Not why people do succeed, but why people don't succeed. It's a really interesting one because a lot of people get into the business and they think success is going to come easy, but I'm going to give you some clues. And we're going to do a little bit of a training on how to really quickly develop your business. I really urge you, if you're going to sit in this little forum now, you guys can stay if you want to stay. If you want to go, stay. Good, yeah. I really want you to take some notes because it's going to be short, sharp, quick. And we're only going to go up until 9 o'clock, the latest. Okay, the latest. So why don't people succeed? Write it down. If people won't succeed in Herbalife if they fail to follow a system. People fail if they don't follow a system. This is so important to understand. The system that we operate on is proven, it works, but you have to follow it. It's like you're playing for a football team. The football team says you have to do Tuesday night, Thursday night training, and then you'll play a game on Saturday. Okay? Oh, by the way, if you want to do some work Monday night, you can do some extra kicking, you can do a little bit of rehab. If you want to go to the pool and do some, hydrotherapy, that's fine, but the core part of what we do is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Here at the Preston Fit Club, it could be Monday and Friday. Whatever your commitment is, you have to stay committed to the system, to your timetable. Write it down. People will fail if they don't stay consistent. I'll come one Tuesday, I won't come one Saturday, mate. It's no. If that's the system, then that's the system. Does that make sense? Everyone agree? Good. People will fail if they don't follow a roadmap and have a good guide. Now, what's really exciting about what you guys have got is that you've got a tremendous roadmap and wonderful guides called Roger and Ali and Julia Dare, and your upline sponsors are good mentors, they're good guides, and you need to listen to them because they're going to stick to the system. People will fail if you give an inconsistent message. So what I mean by this is that if you are now starting to develop your team and say, I want you to go on Saturday morning to the training, and you say you got to go, and you do not go, that's not being consistent. It's an inconsistent message. You will fail. You can't tell your people to do something that you're not prepared to do for yourself. So your philosophy in how you're going to run your business has to be really true. You can't say to a person, I want you to have a shake twice a day, tablets 3 times a day, if you're not doing it yourself. Even if you're cheating just a little bit, they're going to pick up on that energy straight away. Does that make sense? So you've got to be consistent in your message to your people. You've got to be consistent in the message to your family, and you've got to be consistent to the message that you're giving, full stop. Don't say one thing then do something else. Remember this, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. You can't do this business. You will fail if you just do a little bit, then stop, and then do a little bit again. It doesn't work like that. It works on a repetition of consistency. Enough on that one?
Yeah.
Everyone agree with that so far?
Yes.
People will fail if they don't follow up. What does that mean? You'll fail if you don't follow up on your customers. You can't just make a sale and think everything's going to be okay. Not in Herbalife. You're not selling the products to make money, you're selling the products to get a result. The only way you're going to get a result with your customers is if you call them to see how they're going. You'll fail in Herbalife if you don't follow up on your customers. Here's an interesting one. You'll fail in Herbalife if you don't follow up on your distributors. You'll just fail. You can't recruit someone into this business and then not call them. You've got to work with them, you've got to mentor them. Now the next two are really crucial for you guys who've been in the business a little while and for you guys just getting started. You'll fail if you don't follow up on your customer's circle of influence. In other words, if you get a customer to start getting some results, it's crucial to then start networking through that person. Who do you know, who do you know, get a shake party happening, get into their circle of influence. Yes? Makes sense. Simple stuff. You will fail in Herbalife if you don't follow up on your distributor's circle of influence. It's really important to understand. You don't just sign up a distributor and say, good luck and I hope it works. You say, now that I've got you in the business, who do you know? I need to see the people that you know. You will fail in Herbalife if you show lack of consistency. This is not a stop-start business. Now here's an interesting one. A lot of people have unrealistic expectations. They expect too much too soon, and they're not going to, you've got to stick around Herbalife long enough to be able to gather some momentum in the business. So you'll fail in Herbalife if you think you've just signed up today, Mark, and think tomorrow you're going to be making $5,000 a month. You'll fail. That's called an unrealistic expectation. So whoever you're working with, if your guide is Roger and Ali or Michael, then Michael will sit down with you with Roger and Ali's help and put together a plan of action for you that's realistic. Don't expect too much too soon. You've got great results on the products, you've got the skill now of using those products, now you need to learn the skills of getting a customer, the skills of getting a distributor, the skills of working with a distributor. So don't expect too much too soon because you need the skill set. A lot of people fail because they think they know it all too quick. Now believe you me, over the years that I've been involved, I've seen people get off to monumental quick starts. And they're thinking they know it all, and they realise that they haven't developed their skills in other parts of the business. So they have to be brought down to get a realistic foundation to build on. Does that make sense? It's really important to understand that. You'll fail in Herbalife if you don't know your numbers, your ratios, your averages. How many people do I need to bring to a presentation? How many people do I need to speak to before I can get a customer? How many people do I need to speak to before I can get a distributor? How many distributors do I need before I've got the skills to get a supervisor? In time, your ratios, your numbers, your averages increase through the repetition and the skill set gets better. Does that make sense? I know if I put Roger and Ali in a room and let's say put Berna in the room and her skill set's not bad at the moment, I still would back Roger and Ali getting a few more customers and maybe a few more people interested in the business because they've just been in the business a little bit longer. They know a few more stories. They've seen more with their eyes. And in time, you guys will see a lot more through the events, through the HOMs. You'll get the confidence and your ratios will get better. But don't have an unrealistic expectation to think you're going to speak to one person and get one sale. I just got off the phone to a guy on the way over here and he goes, it's harder than I thought. I said, well, hang on, you've been in the business for 25 minutes. How hard do you think it is after 25 minutes? You know what I mean? I spoke to one person, they said, I'll think about it. This is hard. Well, my recommendation is talk to me after you've spoken to 100 people, and then we'll get some ratios. So the important thing about this little section here, guys, is write this down. You'll never know until you've spoken to at least 100 people. That's when you'll start developing your averages. We'll talk shortly how to get people into presentations and all the rest, but I need you to really focus on the things that you've got to do, and if you don't do them, you'll fail. I want to give you guys a reality check. I said this before, you'll fail if you give mixed messages to your new distributors by not showing up at the meetings, by not attending or promoting the SDSs or national events. I would never ever say to my organisation, you have to do this. I would never say to my organisation, you have to go there. I would say, I'm going and I recommend that you go. When I got Roger and Ali involved in the business, it was hard for them. And I had to give them the home truth. I said, you've got to go there because I'm going and it's important for your future. Now that's the same message for every HOM. The extravaganzas and the national events all start at what you do on a local level. So here's what I would write in this little section about mixed messages. Right now, I want you to write in your notes, I will commit to 1 or 2 HOMs a week. Write it down. Every week till the end of the year. I will commit. And if you do that, you watch what will happen. If you just make that as a commitment, like it's important to you. Because let me tell you something, your financial future should be important to you, yes? Living a good life should be important to you. There are other things that are important to you. Spiritual life, your family life, your social life, but don't neglect on your herbal life. Your herbal life, when that excels, apart from say your spiritual life, everything else will become a lot easier. You know? I'm telling you, it's the truth. I mean, if you've got your financial corral built around you, then you're free to do things that you want to do, not the things that you have to do. Make sense? Keep the messages strong about what you're going to commit to. People will fail if they have belief problems. Write this down. I will fail if I have a belief problem. I will fail if I have a belief problem in the products. I must believe in the Herbalife products, the brand, the logo, the name. Got to believe in it. If you don't believe in the Herbalife products, guess what? You are going to fail. I must believe in the marketing plan. I have to believe that I can advance myself from supervisor to world team. If my sponsors, my upline mentors are really what perceives as pushing you to get up to the next level, it's not really a push, it's a graduation that they want you to go through so you can advance yourself to the bigger money. You've got to believe in the marketing plan and be worthy of graduating up those next levels. You will fail if you have a belief problem in the company and the future of the company. You'll fail. Don't understand, you're in safe hands with Herbalife International. Gee whiz, I got started, Herbalife was only in 4 countries. I had to believe Mark Hughes that he said, country by country, customer by customer, country by country, around the world. Geez, it was only in 4. And he said, we're going to take it around the world. And I said, I believe you, Mark. Don't know how it's going to happen. And who would have believed Mark when he said 5 billion? I mean, they all thought he was nuts. Jim Rowan said, Mark, do I have to say that publicly, that we're going to go from 400,000? He said, I can't say. He said, borrow my eyes, it's going to happen. So you've got to believe in the company and the company's future, yes? Now here's the interesting one. You will fail if you don't believe in yourself. This is the biggest one, burner. What's the last one? If you don't believe in yourself. So if you believe in the products, if you believe in the marketing plan and the company, the biggest thing is you have to believe in you. That you can do it, that you can make it happen, that you're willing to pay the price. Is it hot or cold? Are we putting that on? Hot, cold.
Cold?
Cold? It's not cold. Is it cold? Maybe you've got the draft from coming up there.
Yeah, that's all right. Just
Okay. Now this is the biggest one that I work on. This is the one that I work on all the time. Me. I know, and I'm just being honest with you guys, that the biggest problem in life is me. It's me. It's not the products. The products work. I've seen people go from fat to thin. I've seen products go from bad skin to good skin, high blood pressure to normal. I've seen all that happen. I've seen people in the marketing plan go from $0 to gazillion dollars, and I've seen the company grow, and then you've got to say, well, why not me? What is stopping me? What is stopping you? It's only, that's the thing that you've got to work on. Does that make sense? So write this down under this, believe in themselves. I need you to do this, and I need you to understand this, and I need you to embrace this. You've got to work harder on you than you do on your business. The skill of becoming a better person, the skill of becoming more attractive, the skill of becoming a better inviter, the skill of becoming a better presenter, it all starts with you. The products are always going to be fantastic. The marketing plan's not going to change for you. It's got to be you. Some of you guys have developed really well. Guess what? It's a work in progress. We've got to just keep developing. You will fail in Herbalife if you radiate a needy energy. Don't operate out of desperation. You don't have to be desperate in Herbalife. I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. You got to do this, you've got to do that. No one has to do anything. Okay? You got to join, you got to buy. Just get all the products. No. You don't want to radiate desperation. What you do want to have, if you do that, barriers are created when you radiate a feeling of, I will win if you get involved. Truth is, you will win if someone else gets involved. But you can't say fantastic. Let me tell you something. Your problems begin, Michael, when you recruit Mark. Without Mark, you don't have a problem. Now that you've got Mark, you have a problem. Your problem, he's going to say, I need your help. And you're going to say, I will help you. You better be prepared. Roger and Ellie are going this way, I'm going that way, and you're president and chairman and founder of the board of your new distributor. So learn the skills how to help someone. Book 1, page 5. Book 1, page 5 is your guide. That is the beginning of your roadmap. Book 1, page 5 is the only way you can help your brand new distributor. Book 1, page 5 is the only way you can help yourself. Because without book 1, page 5, guess what? You have no idea where you're going. Make sense? So my recommendation is have a relaxed intensity. Just be relaxed, but be strong. Be focused. And this comes with, guys, knowing your personal philosophy. Your personal philosophy is that I'm going to go to every meeting, I'm going to attend every event, I'm going to qualify for all the, the things going on, and I'm going to the top. If you've got that, then it's like, you know what? Come with me if you want it. No problem if you don't. I'm going there with or without you. Gee whiz, he is now deadly serious about this, so I better join him because he's going all the way to the top. Yeah? Does that make sense? Lastly, you will fail in Herbalife. If you quit, you're definitely going to fail. Bit of a cliche, quitters never win and winners never quit, but it's really important to understand. Don't ever quit. Stick around. You never know. Hang around the flagpole. You are only one sentence away from starting a Herbalife conversation. We'll talk about that in our invitation little section. And treat everyone you speak to as if they are a president's team member in disguise. You've got to understand, who knows the hidden giant that lays within that person that you're going to speak to that this company might just inspire them. So I never prejudge anyone. Say, fantastic, congratulations, you can go all the way to the top. And you've got to believe in your distributors more than they believe in themselves in the beginning, and then let them shine. That's the end of the show.
Can you put that up by inside for 2 minutes? Thank you. 2 minutes or 2 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah? Is that cool? Does that make sense? I want to show you one thing that some of you may have seen and some of you may not have seen. But I want you to just do this with me. So I want to talk to you about a frog. Does everyone know the frog story?
No.
Well, you're still not going to know about the frog story because I can't find it. I'm going to tell you a frog story. Really important. The story about tiny little frogs. Life lesson number 1. Take the note. There was once a bunch of tiny frogs who arranged a running competition. The goal was to reach the top of a very high tower. A big crowd had gathered around the tower to see the race and cheer on the contestants. The race began. Honestly, no one in the crowd really believed that the tiny frogs would reach the top of the tower. You heard statements like such as, "Oh, it's way too difficult, they'll never make it to the top," or "Not a chance that they will succeed, the tower is too high." The tiny frogs began collapsing one by one, except for those who in a fresh tempo were climbing higher and higher. The crowd continued to yell, "It's too difficult, no one will ever make it." More little tiny frogs got tired and gave up, but one continued higher and higher and higher. This one wouldn't give up. At the end, everyone else had given up climbing the tower except for the one tiny frog who, after a big effort, was the only one who reached the top. Then all of the other tiny frogs naturally wanted to know how this one frog managed to do it. A contestant asked the tiny frog how the one who succeeded had found the strength to reach the goal.
Probably he had his shake that day.
It turned out that the winner was deaf.
Yeah,
That's
that's why.
People are negative.
Don't listen.
The wisdom of the story is, never listen to other people's tendencies to be negative or pessimistic, because they take your most wonderful dreams and wishes away from you. The ones you have in your heart. There is a lot of them around. So, always think of the power words have, because everything you hear and read will affect your actions. Therefore, always be positive. And above all, this is where my kids got to it. Watch this. Be deaf when people tell you that you cannot fulfill your dreams. Always think, I can do this.
Yes.
Got it? Right. So we got some good stuff there, yeah?
Yes.
I hope so. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to invite some people to the HOM. Our friends. Our circle of influence. Someone off an ad or a flyer or a pool tab or off the internet, Gumtree or whatever else we're doing. Bernard, what do you say to invite someone to a presentation? Because you're good at it. What do you say?
I'm not really good at it. But
Yes,
I'm
you are.
trying.
Come and bring a chair up here and talk to me. You're the new star of the show. Everyone give Bernard a hand. She's doing her first training. Don't trip. Don't kill anyone. Don't trip. No. Okay. Okay. So, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
I always knew you were going to be a superstar in this business.
Thank you very much. I'm not superstar yet.
You
I'm
are.
trying.
You are, why not?
I'm trying to
Is she
be
a
humble.
superstar?
Yes.
She's a humble superstar.
She's a superstar.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So what do you do to invite people to the HLM? Because you've got a few people that are coming now to the presentations. What do you say?
Thanks to the trainings I've been attending.
So share with people.
Yeah, as soon as I became supervisor, first supervisor academy I attend, and then the second one, and yeah, all these trainings been helping me really.
So
At the beginning.
write the notes. Very important message here. She got the skills from where? Mark?
Supervisor academy.
What was called? Supervisor Academy. I would make the notes, asterisks. Get information supervisor academy. Qualified supervisor. Very good. How many supervisor academies have you done?
Two.
Two.
Third one's tomorrow starting.
So write the notes. How many supervisor academies has Berna done? Two. And she's on her way to number 3. You will fail in Herbalife if you are what? Not consistent. Why is she succeeding? Because she is consistent.
Then I've got a full-time job and 3 boys and a husband and a dog
And a cat.
and a bird.
And a bird. So you have to cook, you have to do
Yes.
this, you have to do that. So no excuses.
No excuses.
Okay, so there's someone that you know, say, socially, circle of influence. What do you say to invite them?
Depends. If I haven't seen that person long time,
Good point. I haven't seen this person in a long time. What do you say to a person you haven't seen in a long time?
they see the difference in the energy, and I lost weight. They ask me, "Oh, you look great. What have you been up to?" And I said, "Yeah, I work full time my job, but also I just start this new business."
Stop. Write the note. Verona has become attractive. She's always attractive, but attractive in change, that people are now noticing the energy levels, the glow, the spark, the look. The law of attraction is now on her side. How do you get this? You will fail in Herbalife if you fail to believe in the products. So my recommendation is be the best that you can be on the products, because when you see people that you haven't seen in a long time, the first thing they're going to say is, "Wow, what a superstar, you must be on Herbalife. How do I join?" No, they won't say that. They won't say that. They will one day, not yet. Is that who you on, Rosh? Can you turn that off? It's just going to hunt me. So you tell them your script is what? You work full time?
And I just start a new business. It's a nutrition and health company. And I say, why don't you come and check it out? Because our next meeting is whatever is the next meeting. I always tell that meeting. I don't say we meet every Monday or Friday. I just say, your chance, tomorrow we got a meeting. Would you like to come and check it out?
Here's the magic words. You ready? Just come and check it out.
Yeah.
Just write it down. Just come and check it out. Just come and have a look. Check it out. Do you actually do a presentation, or do you give an invitation?
I just give an invitation.
But what's it all about? When they start asking you, do you tell them, or do you say just come and check it out? Depends.
If they ask me how I lose the weight, I tell them it's a nutrition product, and it really works because they know I've been doing gym and I eat very healthy. I always generally look after myself, but I say, they say, you, because you do gym, you know. I said, no, it's not only that. I said, when I start these products, I don't really seriously do gym. I said, just come and check it out. You might be interested in the products, or you might be interested with the business opportunity. You can lose weight and earn money at the same time. It's great.
STS committee, whoever's on it, can you make sure that this lady is on the 23rd up on a panel? Okay. 21st up on stage? Because this is gold, yeah?
Yeah.
This is as good as it gets. Just come and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay? And then they come. Do you pick them up, or do you take them, or do you say, come and meet me?
Or
Depends.
whatever it takes, yeah. Unless maybe they can't make it first time, but I never give up. So when I see them next time, or I just give a ring, there's another meeting coming up. So do you want to come? Do you want me to pick you up? Or they can make it. If they can make it, they can make it.
You know what I love about listening to this? I don't know about you guys, but I feel only love.
Just the company.
Yeah, I don't feel, there's not an ounce of pushiness here. There's not an ounce of neediness. Just come and check it out. I'll come and pick you up, no problem. I'm doing this part-time. Yeah, come and have a look. I've got one husband, 3 boys, a dog, a cat, and I cook, but I do this part-time. So come and check it out. And I've lost weight and I'm feeling good, so just, do you understand what I'm saying about radiating the right energy? Now, the truth is, not everyone that you speak to is going to come.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a solid invitation, yes? Yeah? What do you do if they come to, say, the Melbourne Lifestyle Centre or the Preston Fit Club? What do you do the minute you have them here? Do you make them a tea, or what do you do?
First, I introduce them with the great people here, because we learn at academy and edification. Why don't you come and meet Julie there, and Betu and Ali and Roja? Yeah, edification. Always try to be positive. Don't talk about negative things, and just make him a tea, make him relax, so they can feel like they're at home with friends, and yeah.
Make the note.
Because this is my family.
Make them feel like they're at home with friends.
Yeah, with friends or family.
But at the end of the day, the reality is you're going to be working with them should they decide to get involved, so you want to make them feel good in the beginning, yeah?
And edifying them at the same time. That's what I do.
Who's got another question for Berna about what she's doing? Mark?
What was that, sorry?
You got any questions? Huh?
I actually pretty much covered it all. She's good at what she does.
Okay.
Never give up. I don't know. Because I believe in the products and the company with my whole heart, and I know it's gonna work for everyone, and that's why I don't give up. Even if they say no at that time, I won't give up. I will keep inviting them, and inviting them. I won't give up.
So here's what's really important. She doesn't give up herself, but she doesn't give up on the person.
No.
Because Berna knows that this could be the only this could be their only chance. Why would you give up on it? Just because they can't see it now doesn't mean that you should give up on a person.
No, I don't give up. I want to come and experience what I'm experiencing.
How would you like this lady to be your sponsor? What a great sponsor she would be. I would feel honoured if I signed up under Berna, yeah? Has everyone got that same feeling?
Yeah.
Knowing that she's never going to give up on you. What a good employee, yeah?
Yeah, she's not got me into it anyway.
Hey?
She got me into it anyway.
I know.
Just by using 3 days worth of tablets for digestion.
You felt the difference.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's what it's all about.
Can I ask Berna, how long you been in Herbalife business?
I enrolled end of March, so it's been just over 3 months, 3.5 months.
How many distributors do you have?
I lost the count, I think over 10 years.
Very good. And why? Yeah, okay, 10, great. Why you joined the 3rd Supervisor Academy? You have done twice.
This is gonna be great this time because I've got my own supervisors now. I'm active road team, so
Wow.
I have to be like Wayne was telling me before. You have to do it. Don't
wouldn't tell
tell
you.
something and don't do it. So I'm
Lead by
gonna be
example.
proud. Even if I didn't have the supervisors this month, I would still attending because consistency is very important. But this time it's gonna be fun because I'm gonna go with my own supervisors this time.
Yeah.
So she's going to be president in December or November. That's it.
No, I don't know about that. So it could be an unrealistic
You
expectation.
will, no problem.
No, maybe not this year, but next year or the
Next
year
Next year,
after,
100%.
Well, I could goal, I said maybe next 5 years to be president's team. That's
Listen,
my
if
goal.
at 5 years' time to get to president's team is a fantastic, you know, a fantastic goal.
But I'm doing good. I have people 10 months in my business. They don't have any disability on them. In 3 months, 10 people. It's great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Still won't give up.
Let me ask you a question. This is an interesting one. You've got 3 boys and a husband. 4 boys.
Yeah.
I always count my husband like 2 kids.
So you've got 5.
Worse than the kids.
Yeah, he's worse than me.
So how much support are you getting from them?
With Herbalife business, nothing. I don't get any support at all.
Does that mean they're negative or they're just not supportive?
They used to be negative at the beginning, but now because they see I don't give up and I'm getting great results, they start to get little bit into the business now. Like at least they're not against me doing anything at the moment. At the beginning they were saying, why are you going that stupid meetings, you're getting brainwashed. I said, see, my brain is all washed. And I said, you're just gonna be able to do that. But the meeting, I really feel like I'm getting a lot of support and motivation here, and it's affecting my full-time business too. And I start talking better and communicating better with people, and always think and act positive, always. So anything, I don't even, I'm avoiding to use negative words. I don't want to start with
Mark
that.
you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really affecting my personal development, everything, my business, my family life. Try not to concentrate on negative, always try to concentrate on positive. So even when I look at my husband, my children, I try to avoid seeing negativity in them. I just try to see their positive sides. It's okay if they don't want to support me with the Herbalife business, but because they see all those changes in me, now they start changing too. And if they try to start any sentence with negativity, I say stop. I tell to my children and my husband, stop. I know that's going a negative way, so they see all these changes and now they're changing way. Yeah, it's been only 3 months. They start to attend meetings. Last STS, yeah, my husband and my little son came. You met them, and let's see this STS. Yeah.
Just turn this off the clock. Oh, don't go anywhere. Oh, sorry. I just want to turn it off.
Power button
I switch it off here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the,
Yeah, that's fine.
those giving negative energy.
Yes.
Just write down this, guys. A couple of things are going to happen to you. One is health development. Health. Use the products, you're going to have health. No doubt about it. The second thing that's going to happen is you're going to get financial development. You're going to make some money. But clearly, the best thing that's going to happen to you is the personal development. And when you change as a result of being around the energy of Herbalife, you watch what's going to happen to your entire life. Don't speak to me. Outside of the school of Herbalife, where do you get those lessons?
No.
So, you've been in the business for 6 months?
No, 3.5.
3.5 months? Unbelievable. It's like the butterflies come out of the cocoon, just beautiful colours and just floating. Are you glad?
Yeah, I'm glad I joined Herbalife family.
You're glad? Glad? We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Give her another hand, this is fantastic. understands that one day you're going to be speaking like this in front of not 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, but maybe a couple of hundred people.
That's my another problem. See, I wouldn't be able to speak in front
No
of people.
problem.
But now getting used to it,
Yeah.
still go right.
So do I. I don't think you ever get used to that. But you know what? What's really interesting is what you say inspires people.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's food for the soul as well. Food for the soul. Guys, we've learnt a lot. We have now got exactly 12 minutes. This is what I want to do. We need to put in, for each and every one of us, a recruiting plan. Your upline, your sponsor, your mentor, we'll talk to you about that. So now let's assume you've got a lot of people at the HLM. Okay? Now you've got a dilemma. Okay? What do you do if you invite 10 people and 10 people show up?
That would be a miracle. I think.
Be very happy.
What happens if you invite 10 people and 5 people show up? That's
Still happy. Even 1 people comes still happy.
okay. Now you've got 5 because we need to get better. What do you do? How do you finish the presentation? The HOM finishes, and now you've got 5 people. Everyone's kind of like, and what do you do?
Get help from my
No. They've all got 5 people.
They all got 5 people.
Yeah.
Then I ask, how did you find it? You in or you out?
Very good.
Because after presentation, I mean, it's if they still not convinced, you can't really do too much about it.
Okay, so this is exactly what I want you all to say. Not are you in or are you out, because that's a little bit in your face. And when you've got maybe a millionaire team pen or a president's team, you can afford to have a little bit more strength like that. But this is what I want you to say. I'm looking for people now to start. I'm looking for now type people. So hands up who wants to get started now. The IBP costs $125. Roger, you put an ultimate pack in there, it costs $480 to get started. Who wants to get started now? You do? Okay, fantastic. You stay here. You do? Fantastic. You stay here. Right, you want to think about it? Fine. And then you just have to find, even if you've got 1 guest, or 2 guests, or 3 guests, your question's got to be, I'm looking for people to start now. I also say the following words. Now, I'm not sure if you want to say this, but this is just what I say. Let's say Berna's my only guest. I say, Berna, listen, I'm looking for now type people, so when do you want to get started? Do you want to get started now? It costs about $480. There's your IBP. You want to do it now? Berna, listen, I'm only looking for 1 person. Now, if I've got 2 people there, I'll say, listen, I'm only looking for 1. So who wants to get started? You want to get started? Okay. Listen, do you mind if I... Yeah, okay. You want to think of it? No problem. You know, oh, you want to get started also? Okay, I can stretch and get 2. Okay? But what you've got to try and do is just isolate the serious people away from the people who are going to sit around and ask all these questions and take all your time and just really be general time wasters. You don't have time right now to waste. You know, for non-productive conversation, for, you know, questions on the products. It's, you know, really after the HOM, it's like, it is the attitude, you're either in or you're out, but it's got to be when you want to start, now or later. And you're looking for the now type people. And I think when you do this a couple of times, you'll start getting a different posture and a bit of strength to say, well, that person's deadly serious about what they're doing. If your philosophy is strong, everything will work out. I want you to take the notes on this one. Give Berna another hand because she did a sensational job here today. This all works on the following philosophy. Everything that I've shared with you today, be it that it's the story about the tiny frogs or the belief problems or the lack of consistency, it all revolves down to the following statement. I want to give it to you. Write it down. Until you are personally secure about yourself, you cannot forget about yourself and worry about others. You have to know your philosophy, you have to know what you stand for, you have to know where you're going, you have to know what direction, what path you're on. If you do not know, then it's going to be virtually impossible for you to help others. Someone read that back to me. Michael, what did I just say?
If you're not sure about where you're going, you won't be able to help others.
What was the exact words? Did you write it down?
Sorry?
Did you write down the exact words?
Yeah, secure by yourself.
Write it down. If you are not. Did you write it down?
Yeah.
Read it out. Someone else read it out for me?
Until you are personally secure about yourself, you cannot forget about yourself and
worry
about
about
others.
others and miss the rest. Know your direction.
No, that was just adding on to that last one. Don't have to take down every word I say. But until you're personally secure about yourself, you cannot forget about yourself and worry about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you how much sense it makes. When you get on a plane, they say put the gas mask or the air mask on yourself first. Gas mask. The air mask. Get oxygen for you first, and then look after your loved ones. But you can't be fiddling around looking after them, and then you're passing out. You're no value to anyone passing out. I can breathe, good. Now I'll help you to breathe, yeah?
Yes.
Not like you're breathing, I'm dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you've got to look after yourself. You've got to know what you want and what you stand for, and then everything else is going to work for you. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Good. Question?
I just want to ask a question. I'm doing my recruiting, my 90-day plan. Lots of phone calls, I invite everyone everywhere, no one turns up. But tonight I had my first one. I virtually didn't even know. I thought he probably won't turn up, but you carry on, you don't worry. He actually came, he liked what he heard. So we've gone from looking at the business and now he wants to look at the products. So, so there's a customer anyway. So, yeah, I'm fine.
Are you reading off a script?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're reading on a script, how many numbers have you spoken to?
I get at least one a week. One a day.
So you get one call a day?
Yeah, but one day I had 6, and today I had 3.
Yeah.
So I got all their messages. So I got home and sat down and got through. Invited everyone here tonight. Some couldn't make it with short notice. Okay, yeah, no worries. Well,
Let me tell you what will change for you. It is when it's
yeah. So I'm getting the calls, but
you're not getting the calls. Let me tell you what you need. You ready?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you what you need. I'll tell you.
Yeah, no.
10 a day.
10 a day.
That's when your problem's going to be solved.
Okay, so you need.
Yeah. Whatever level of activity you're doing to get 1, maybe 2 inquiries, you need to try and get 10 inquiries a day.
I've been doing like 500 and 600 a day. It's
5 or 600, yeah, but that's okay.
and everything else in between.
That's fine. So whatever, I'm only telling you how to build a business
Yeah,
here.
I'm just wondering, is that still developing, as you said, the skill of trying to get in here, or?
It could be in the invitation, I don't know. I mean, if you're having a level of expectation, I'm going to speak to them, they might show up. I'm not expecting you to show up. If you're radiating that through the phone, they're going to feel it. You're surprised if everyone does show up. See, I expect everyone to show up. I just expect them to be there. If they don't show up, I ring up and say, listen, I rang all the hospitals, I can't believe it. Are you alright? I think you were in a car crash, I expect you to be there. I mean, this is the greatest opportunity in the world and you didn't come. I expect you to be there. My level of expectation is high.
So basically saying, you know, to sort of be up there with a chance at least 10, you have to get those 10 phone calls.
Yeah. Roger, Ali, I mean, how many inquiries do you have when you're in major recruit mode?
At least 10 a day.
Yeah, 10 a day.
At least. You make up in numbers what you lack in skill.
Yeah.
So right now you're developing the skill to get more people to meet. See, now you're getting good at the script, and that's why you were surprised you had your first guest here today, because you're getting better at it.
Yeah. I mean, not because I'm being, I don't mean to say I'm negative. Like, you know, I'll make sure I'm there and everything, you know, I'm positive that they're going to be there, but obviously, you know, they
But
don't
if you're
know.
telling yourself that you're expecting them not to be there, you're already, like Wayne's saying, you're radiating it over the phone.
Yeah, but like, say, like I'm averaging a good at least one a day or some days more, or, you know, and get a good number in the week. But obviously to build up this almost up to 10 a day phone calls to get them in,
Let me tell you what you're not doing.
yeah.
You're not literally speaking to 10 people a day, or 5 people a day.
No,
See-
because if you're speaking to one person,
That's right. So whatever lead generation activity you've got going, and you're saying, look, whatever you're doing, the easiest way to do it is just to go out physically and speak to 3 or 4 or 5 people a day. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. Herbalife is just the numbers. So you've got to increase your numbers.
yeah, because I'm trying to also get my customer base working too, so I'm kind of doing both, and it's like, you know, it's all good. I'm loving the energy. That's I'm positive and I won't quit. You know.
We didn't suggest you would.
And my husband's sort of like, at first was like, oh, you're into this crap now, you know, but he's my 5.5 year olds are like, Mummy, you're doing your Herbalife, does the button work? Don't worry, they're already in training. But
Listen, you've lost 15 kilos.
yeah,
You know the products work.
yeah,
You know the opportunity works because, you know, you've gone to the supervisor level. You know what's going on. Don't worry about it. Just keep
just keep
going.
doing it
Just
and
keep
it'll
going.
turn.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
happen.
it has
Like you
to.
said, it's not going to happen overnight, but
As long as you're personally secure about what you're doing, and then you don't have to worry about anyone else. Negative husbands and whatever, just You should see me in a presentation after the HOM. You know, I've got people that I speak and they go, listen, you can ask me 2 questions, just 2, and then will you let me speak? Is that okay? So the person says, yes. Fantastic. All right, what are your questions? What's in the product? Good question. Now ask me another one. What do I have to do to get started? Hey, that's a good question. Now can I speak? So he's asked his questions. Did I answer them? No, I didn't say I was going to answer them. I said you can ask. Right? So they asked the questions, and then I said, now okay? Can I ask a question now? I only want to ask one question. When do you want to get started? Now or later? Yeah. No, I've heard your questions. Let me tell you what Now or later? Okay, now, so here's the IVP, and your questions are answered in there.
Yes.
So, you know, when do you want to get started?
That's it.
You've got to have that kind of posture. Because the minute I start answering questions, guess what's going to happen?
you guys,
Yeah.
questions.
So, you know, you've got to be a little bit more stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and the philosophies, again, you've heard it many times, the one-eyed king rules in the land of the blind. Just, you know, I know more than you.
Does that mean you make them feel that they need you, you don't need them?
Yeah.
I think it makes them feel like, hey, this guy's in control. People will gravitate to the strength. He's serious about what's going on. You know, you mightn't get everyone. Some people might look at you and say, well, that's a little bit arrogant. But again, you know, I'm not being interviewed. They've come to me for a reason, and I'm part of their solution, not part of their problem.
Yeah.
This is what we do. You've heard all the stories. You can see all the results. Are you in or you out? I can't give you the answer to every question now. It's in the pack. It costs $480 to get started. Now or later? Later? No problem. Now? Fantastic. Next.
Yes.
See, now when you've got 10 people a day, you can be a little bit more like that. If you've got one person, you go, oh, I've got one. Right. Now, ask me a question because I haven't got you here. And, you know, it's a different thing,
But
yeah?
it's all good practice too, because at least you sort of,
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying.
yeah.
I mean, you got
Show
one.
desperation, yeah?
Yeah?
Don't show desperation.
Well, they think
Yeah.
that, oh my God, she's got one. You know.
She needs
But I
That's
think
it.
it thinks that you need them.
Yeah,
And really,
They think that
Yeah.
you need them.
that's right. I mean, Sokol knows because on Friday he had a guest here, a girl, and he was sitting at the front, and Sokol's laughing about it because he knows what I did with the girl. And she goes, oh, it's got this one ingredient I heard that's not good for you. And I said, oh, you Nobel Prize laureate, are you? And she goes, no. And she goes, oh, but you don't want to listen to me. And I said, I don't have to listen to you. I said, you saw all the facts. We're a $5.4 billion company. We don't have to prove anything to you. The question is, do you see it or you don't?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, but I wanna, look, maybe you're not for us. You know? Because we don't have to beg people to join us. We're looking for serious people who want to join us.
I had a lady, you know, say to me, oh, Wayne, I know I'm not going to convince you, but I've got to tell you. I said, yes, tell me. I don't know how to say this to you, but your protein powder is going to kill people. And I go, really? I said, why is that? She goes, oh, it's got this ingredient in it. And I go, fantastic. And how long will it take to kill someone? Well, if you use it consistently for a couple of years, you should die. And I said, thank goodness. I said, maybe I've been dead for 27 years already. You know, it's just,
Finish.
Yeah.
it's just, if someone's silly, just be silly back. You know, at the end of the day, ridiculous. Guys, it is now 9:04, so I'm 4 minutes overdue and I want to get everyone home. Any more questions? Because we can be here for a lot more time. Alright, in closing, today is Monday. For those of you who are deadly serious about building a business, guess what tomorrow is? Tuesday. Guess what we have? A presentation down that side of the world at the Melbourne Lifestyle Centre. And then we have something on Wednesday, no? Thursday, Melbourne. And then some of us are going up to the Active Supervisor Retreat and going to get a little bit of pearls of wisdom and bring it back to you. But, you know, hopefully, guys, you got some value out of tonight and just sharpened your pencils and got your minds a little bit on track.
I have one question for you once before you close. So, just coming back to the closing of your prospects.
Yep.
You found the now people that say, yes, I'm ready to get started.
Yep.
What do you do with them, and what do you do with the ones that are still thinking about it in the room at the time?
I push them away. I actually push them away. I say, Berna, come with me. So you two came together, or you four together. Berna's the now type of saying, excuse me, Berna, can you just, and I literally grab her. And I say, come here. Just sit down here, and here's your pack. Just open up that, have a look at that now. When do you guys want it? So Berna's now, oh, she's in. Guess what happens? Oh, it's good enough for Berna. Yeah, no, I'm interested as well. Oh, okay, then you can come over here. But don't sit too close to Berna, because I don't want you to talk. You sit just a little bit here. Berna, you know what I'm saying? Because you just got to get people going. You know, people are a little bit nervous, they are a little bit scared, but they're looking for strength. And the stronger you are with them, the better they're going to be. Yeah? Either you're in or you're out, you take no prisoners, away you go.
And the ones that don't want to join, what do you do with them?
No problem.
So you want to think about it? Listen, you come with me, see, there's the door. And out the door, I want them out. You've got to understand, let me give you an example. Trying to think, here's a great example. You've got a football team and you're meant to be playing in the forward line, but you keep going to the back line. And I'm the coach and I'm saying, listen, you're a good player, you're a nice person, but you're stuffing up the team. So get off the field, get on the bench, and sit there for a while until I can get the structure right. And when you want to play the game, then you can get back, you know, on the ground. You know what I'm saying? You've got to work with, this is the way we do it. This is the way it is. Because let me tell you why it's magical that way. So Berna gets involved in the business. And she thinks, okay, what did Wayne do for me? Wayne said, he's an now type people, I'm a now type person. How a person gets into the business, that's the way they perceive the business is done. So Berner goes to Mark. Mark's the prospect. What did Wayne do for me? Oh, Wayne said this. Oh, Mark, are you in or you out? I'm looking for now type people. Why are you? Because that's what my sponsor said to me, so that's what I'm doing for you. And then Mark says to Sokol, and it duplicates healthy, constructive growth in your business. Like-minded, teamwork, strong, solid foundation. You don't want wishy-washy people. You can't afford it. Life's too short. Life's way too short.
Guys, let's give Wayne a big round of applause.
But also the people that you are calling you put in the book their numbers, the day when they called, the day when they booked you to come, and if they don't show up, again, it's good to call them back again.
Yeah.
Are you still interested? And look for the next one. If they say no, then finish.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Give them a couple of chances and then that's it.